So yesterday, we knew before we came down there was going to be a possibility of bad weather.
Exactly.
And the tropical storm actually turned to a hurricane. So what we did, we were here for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. We tried to get as much in yesterday, Saturday, as we could, you know, because we knew the bad weather was coming. We were getting a good push, but then we looked up, and there was a certain part of the storm coming at us. So, you know, we had to shut down around 12 o'clock because it poured like cats and dogs.
Man.
But
That was crazy. I'm just so glad that we always say safety first.
yes.
And one of the things we want to commend the captains, Matt and Andy. The fact of it is, when they saw them dark clouds and we heard that little thunder, let's roll.
Yes.
You know. So, and that's always. And whenever, if you want to use these guys, it's real tight charters, very good and professional gentlemen. That's who you give them a call. And Matt is A1, beautiful.
Matt and Andy.
And Andy.
And Andy.
Just glad we had a safe day, man.
Yeah.
So glad. This can't be the worst thing. What do you think this is the worst thing that's ever happened to us? Because I tell you, when we were always doing our show, do we have flat tires or anything like no? When we went to Connecticut and we were coming back when we did the taping, and man, I was in the fast lane. And remember, I got a flat tire. Oh my God, man, that could have been the worst accident in the world. But I tell you, thank God, nothing.
You had that blowout.
Yes.
Yes. So,
but so far, we've been in.
We haven't had any incidents on the water.
Except for I got sick, man, and I tell you, man, that wasn't the worst.
That wasn't the worst, G. Everybody gets sick, you know.
That's true.
It hits different people different ways. Just the only thing about that is like it hits you immediately.
I know.
We were just going out to get bait, and I looked at you, I said,
I know, man.
But I saw you, and I said, no, maybe he gonna push through it.
My face got a little light green.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And the whole thing is, I don't even know when I stopped getting seasick. I don't know when that happened.
I know, because, bro, you like.
I mean, I used to get it when I was younger, but now it doesn't bother me. I don't know why. Yeah.
I tell you, you a champ, man. I tell you, you get out, boy. Hey, but really, thank God for you, because, man, you imagine if both of us would have gotten sick, man. We wouldn't have been able terrible. We wouldn't have been able to record nothing.
Because I remember our first time going sail fishing, Fred Gamboa in Miami.
Oh, God.
And I don't know, sometimes when we come to Florida, we just get hooked up with the worst weather.
The worst weather.
And there was a storm coming through that day. And it pushed through the first day. And then the second day, Fred said, we're going.
I was like,
man, we were out there on 6 to 10 foot waves.
But his cousin, I was looking at his cousin, that he was the captain, and he looked back and he said, no, this is it. Because we were hitting those waves. Yeah. Bang, Raul. Bang, bang. And I was like, oh, God, my stomach was like, ooh.
Yeah, and that was a big
and it's no fun.
No.
It's no fun.
It's no fun. He was just determined because we told him we had never caught sailfish, and he was determined for us to catch one. And so he pushed on it and helped us try. We never caught it, but I do say one thing though. We looked out in the water and we could see we saw a sailfish with his sail up all the way up.
Oh man!
Me and Fred looked over and we could see one in the water. It's like he was looking at us like, "What are y'all doing out here
in my neighborhood?"
In my neighborhood, yeah. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough that day.
I tell you.
So, what do you feel about the new direction of our show? I know we did it one way before, and now we have a younger crew helping us along the way, teaching us new things. What do you think about our direction?
I got to give it to them, and just like we were explaining to Matt and Ace yesterday, we got a good crew here, and we know that they're young, and with this world today, it's very opinionated and energetic, and their thoughts are different. Yeah. And that's why they always come back to us. Well, you did it the first time, and it didn't work. You did it the first time. I'm like,
well, let's don't say it didn't work.
Exactly.
We got hit with the pandemic.
And then we just didn't get to the level
Yeah.
that we're at now,
Yeah.
which is a blessing. And I thank Tycoon,
Yeah.
you know, for bringing our marketing directors, like,
Yeah.
you know, for being that energy, executive producers. Well, she's a little old also, but she's. Just look at it. She turned her head.
Do I know who that is?
But she has excellent ideas, like, you know, also, and it seems like it's like a melting pot.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, we come up with ideas, and I think what it comes down to, them helping us with the ideas that we have, and then just broadening them and taking them to another limit, like, you know, another height. But they're all good, man, and I'm just glad that we can work together, like, you know, on this. And I tell you, the camera crews are, like, you know, good. So it definitely gives us more insight, and as far as where we're going, and Upstream's going to another level. Yeah. And I'm just glad to be on this ride, man. Yeah. Like, you know, and you also.
Oh yeah, you know, and their ideas, just the way to do business now has changed dramatically.
Exactly.
When we first started, we did it a certain way. True. Now it's changing. There's so many different avenues.
Definitely.
You know, I'm trying to educate myself on how this works.
You're right.
It's not that it's mind-boggling. It's just a lot to it. You know, there's so many different avenues, you know, because revenues of stream revenues,
right?
That you can capture.
Definitely.
You just need people that know how to capture it, because it's out there.
That social media is a monster.
It's a beast,
monster, man. And the streaming, the different ideas, and how they're telling us we want to put it on Patreon. We want to do the YouTube. And you got the tackle box. You got Instagram. And I mean, all these different ideas. And man, we never even came up with, like, you know, with half of this stuff, man. And for it to work.
Well, yeah, and see, that's the business side. We just want to go fishing.
That's what Gerard gets on about. Oh no, yo guys, you just want to fish. You just want to fish. But there's more to it, guys. They don't care about the fishing. They want to know the captain and everything. I'm like, oh, this guy. See, he don't know nothing about fishing.
And what I keep telling them, I said, fishermen. Right. Fishermen want to know where you are.
That's right.
What you're using. What you catching.
Exactly.
They don't want to know the business side.
That's right.
But that's what we got to learn.
Exactly.
And that's what we are learning. We're learning the business
side. I wish we could have Matt. One day we got to bring Matt, because Matt was so informative, you know, and then letting us know what type of fish, where to cast, what we're using. And it was I was really looking forward to fly fishing yesterday, but it just wasn't it just wasn't the time. They wanted that live bait, and that's what they got.
Well, plus with the storm in the area, there was lightning around. It was far off, but you don't want to be holding a lightning rod.
Oh no!
Up there. You don't want to be doing. You don't want to be doing that.
Exactly. Definitely.
On this episode, we just like to say thank you to Crowder Powder, and I tell you, this is a fine seasoning. And I'm about to cook some wings, and I tell you, my family has been excited about Crowder Powder, and as you see, I'm just going to dash them just a little bit, because this seasoning is fantastic. And my family has me out here on the grill, and it has to be about 90 degrees today in McDonough, Georgia. And I tell you, but it's worth it, because I tell you, I do anything for the Fairwood.
Wow. Tell me this. This is a good one.
All right.
Who came up with the hook and cook concept?
The current title that we have, I'm not sure who did that, but I know when we had the old show, there were other shows that were starting to come out with that as part of their show. So we actually did this in the other show that we had. We did have a hook and cook. But once we started up with our new folks, they said add another part to your show, which that right there is a great part because people are curious. You know, when you catch the fish, and we don't keep all the fish we catch.
No.
We just, you know, we just want to keep some and just show the talents of certain cooks. So that's how we came up with that idea.
But you know what? I really think Harriet came up with this concept.
And who was Harry?
Harriet is the executive producer.
Oh, the one you made that comment about.
Exactly. She always came up with that spin.
Yeah.
Okay. And with the hook and cook, and then we added on to it, like, having different chefs.
Yes.
And and I know when we was in Miami, Trey, he did
Oh,
his thing.
yeah.
It was just a different view of it. Like, it was just a little bit too much fish, and too much cooking to be on that vessel. But he did, he did well. But I tell you, the chef we had yesterday, she was on point. Vivian was on point, man. And I tell you, with going through this, I think this will give us even more exposure as far as different chefs wanting to be a part of this and seeing our energy. And because I tell you, we have some energy, and we can bring the noise.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And the competitiveness, I tell you. But man, that fish she hooked up yesterday, bro. Sheesh.
I was speechless. I'll be honest with you. I've never tasted from the appetizer to the entree.
Exactly.
What she did with that fish was amazing.
What we need, I told her we needed was a biscuit. So we could have just went around that and then just sopped it up.
Yeah, we just left too much juice on the plate.
Too much juice. Yeah. Oh man, because Chris was like, "Do you want to lick the bowl?" I was like, "Oh no, maybe if I had another shot." Woo. Boy, I tell you, that would have been a little bit too much. But we was off tape. Yeah, because everybody see licking all something. Like, what's wrong with them cats? They must be crazy.
Well, we've been known to be that.
Hey, exactly. But you gotta. Hey, I want you to eat fish more. You don't like raw fish?
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on.
No, did you hear what you said? The 3 letters before fish.
Raw?
Yeah.
But hey, as long as you sop it with that soy sauce.
Gerard, it's raw.
Yeah. Come on. Gotta try something.
You know what? Y'all can give it as many fancy names as you want.
We did that.
The bottom line is
we did it in Catalina Island. You picked it up. You were like, oh.
I did eat it. I did.
You like, I think you spit it out.
No, I ate it. But the thing is, it's raw. I don't have to eat it raw.
I got you. Okay.
Put a little heat under it.
A little heat.
A little heat till it turns white.
Okay. All right. I'll leave you alone.
I'll get on it. But everybody likes the raw fish.
They do. Because Ace said he likes sushi. And I was like, man. I said, maybe the next time.
I like sushi too, the cooked sushi. If that's, I've eaten cooked sushi.
I got you. We'll try it.
We'll try it.
We'll graduate to it.
So let me ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Let me ask you a question. So, what role does your wife play in Upstream?
Well, she's executive producer, and she's working along, assisting with the marketing, the branding. Her and Brandis, which is the marketing brand, they coincide together, helping different ideas, planning, hotel, airlines, the car rentals, and different. And I would say she definitely gives good ideas on, direction. Yeah. And she works with, she'll help out with Tycoon and maybe even some of the sports guys, I guess, possibly, But she's learning more because just like we said before, man, with this new avenue that we're touching now, these guys want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
And we see that they want us just to sit back, fall back, and like my son says, Pop, you're the talent. I don't want you doing nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know, you the CEO. I don't want you calling sponsors, asking. You know, I just want you just to fall back. So I'm like, okay, all right. And it's so hard to fall back because, you know, you and I, you know, always like, you know, reaching out to others. But we feel free. I like to get Harriet involved, you know, because it gives us something to do, you know. But as we see, like, you know, with the young talent that we have today, their minds are like very, and man, and I tell you, you see, even with businesses today, how they weed out me and you, you know, the older heads, and they bring these young whips in, man, and so and it's just a learning experience. And this is what I tell Harriet, you know, sometimes just be cool. Just be cool, and like we like to overlook and just be opinionated, you know. So and it's all good.
Yeah. So like my wife, she's not actively involved in it,
Right.
But you know, she's got my back.
Right
You
on.
know, she supports me, and I don't know how to say this. She gives me permission.
Hey, come on, bro. Come on, and that's a good thing.
No, on a serious note, she doesn't stand in the way.
Okay.
Because she sees this is something that I enjoy doing.
Right
doing,
on.
you know, we doing this together. So she doesn't, you know, she's cool with it.
Good.
She's cool with it, you know, because it has great potential. You know, what we're doing has great potential. And what we do also, like you said, us being old heads, there's still a place for us in this.
True.
Because, you know, as long as we can get the guests and we can have great camaraderie, you know, that's what we're hoping. That's what people want to see. Is
Exactly.
that we get along, our guests get along, we have good conversation.
Yes.
You know, give them some little bit of knowledge. You know, one thing with the old show, we got to make sure we do is put a little history in it, because I had people that watched the show that just said, well, I'm not really a fisherman, but I like the history segments that you guys do, telling about the area. So, you know, that's one thing we got to keep incorporated in the show.
Definitely. And matter of fact, on that note, Charlie, like, you know, you educate, you know, folks, like, you know, people, like, and also, and this is what we want for our viewers. Like, you know, that's why we say follow, subscribe, you know, and be a part of us, grow with us. And like, you know, and then comment, like, you know, that you can help us, like, you know, so, and then we can help you, you know, and then invite them on a on a trip, like, you know, something, like, you know, to go along, like, you know, with us. So I look forward to it. I really do. Definitely look forward to it. Wow. I tell you. What do you think is some of our favorite Upstream memories?
So the very first show that we did, we rented a Suburban.
Was that Pulaski?
Pulaski.
Yeah.
So we rented the Suburban. Gerard had a hitch that would go on, that you could put on the hitch for the cooler. So we load the truck up. We put the carrier in the hitch. We lock everything down on the carrier. And then we realized we didn't close the door. So we had to take everything off the truck, take the hitch off, close the door, put everything back on.
Put it back.
But the thing was, that was funny, because that was our first time out.
Exactly.
But when they did the editing, they did it like us fussing at each other, and then they ran it at fast speed, us pulling everything off. It was like a little cartoon segment.
Exactly. But I think what the funniest part was when Derek Harmon, are you listening to me? I'm talking to you right now, Derek. That's Deron Harmon's dad.
Yeah.
Deron plays for, well, he did play with the New England Patriots, right? So, matter of fact, I reached out to him and he said he might be retiring. We don't know. So, but Derek was standing there with them Oreos, and I looked back at him. I said, "And you didn't even have enough." He said, "Well, I didn't know. You didn't even say anything." I was like, "Man, come on, could at least helped us." But I tell you, but we had a fantastic trip. And I tell you, with our season that we had, Charlie, I
Yeah.
tell you, it was amazing. And in the places that we traveled,
Oh, yeah.
Alaska,
Yeah.
man, we got to see the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
in California, Florida, Massachusetts, New York. And I tell you, it was just an amazing time.
Yeah.
And just like you said, one thing I'm glad about is that my wife is my partner. And she's given me the green light on this. She's involved in this, also. And your wife, is also, and she sees, your love, for this. And hey, man, we've been fishing all our life, so but I don't think they can stop us now.
Yeah.
We too far into it.
Too far into it
now. So and this is what we're looking forward to, man. And we're blessed.
What's our captain's name in California?
Vaughn. Captain Vaughn.
So one of the other funny things we had, we went with Vaughn to Catalina Island.
Yes.
He didn't tell us about the seals.
Oh man.
He didn't tell us
I
about
tell
the
you.
seals.
Golly.
Once we get out
Man.
there, we're hooking Bonita, right? It was
Yes.
Bonita.
Mhm.
And he says, "Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you, there's seals out here, and they know when you're out here that you're going to be catching fish. You got to reel them in real fast because they'll get them."
Exactly.
Man, those seals was tearing us up, boy. We couldn't get them in fast enough.
Man,
Whoa.
I tell you, I didn't want to break that rod, man. Oh man, he was pulling these.
Oh, you broke a rod, right?
No.
Oh,
not his.
okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because we were borrowing his rods. But I swear, man, and those seals are like 1,200 pounds.
Yeah.
Bro. Man, and he sat on his back after he ate that bonita. Woo, woo. Said you. Oh man, I was so fired up.
Oh, yeah.
But man, we've always had a good time. And then even when we went to San Francisco,
Oh, yeah.
we fishing. We were catching halibut.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was just. We've always had some real good memories, and prayerfully we can get back to some of those places, and then we have some new spirits with us, like new guests. So that would be exceptional and exciting.
So I got a good question for you.
Oh, you always got.
You
all these
might not
questions.
even, and you might not even remember when this happened because I don't remember when it happened. But when was the time you fell in love with fishing?
Wow, I thought you was gonna say fell in love with my wife.
Oh, we know when that happened.
Hey,
As soon as you met her
Yeah.
at
that
the
was
Ford
true.
Credit Union.
Wow, you remember that?
I remember. Gee, we talk. I remember this stuff.
Oh my God.
He said this woman comes in. He said she will fall. He said she will fall. I said, don't say no more. I said,
ain't
did you
lying.
marry her? He said, yeah. I said, don't even say no more. I know the story from there.
I tell you, boy, man, that was, how long ago was that? 30?
Yeah.
30 years, as a matter of fact.
How long
that's
y'all been married?
30 years.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, this is our anniversary month.
Oh, nice.
Also, so
Nice.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But you said, when was the first time
When
I
did
fell in
you
love?
fall in love with fishing?
Woo! Man. Whew. When I was like about 5 years old.
Yeah.
And my father started me fishing, man. We would go up on the Passaic River, and we would fish for catfish and carp. And then my uncle, he was a big asset to me also, and he would take me up on some private property that the family owned, Van Dart Acres.
Yeah.
And man, we would fish for bass, bro. Man, I tell you, that was just amazing, man. And from me starting fishing, I was in the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
And I think this is what we was telling Ace, yesterday.
Yeah.
Like my friends used to laugh at me. Like, man, he's in the Boy Scouts and having uniform on and the scarf, and everything. But it was and it taught me a lot, even about life and respect, and then the fact of hiking and camping. But and I know you started at a young age.
Yeah, I started. Well, matter of fact, talk about the Boy Scouts. My mother was the type of mom, she was into that for her kids. My mother used to be a den mother.
Really?
We had a troop for Boy Scouts. It was at the house.
Wow.
So my mom was deep into that. But I can't remember when I fell in love with fishing. All I knew is that I wanted to go with my father. I just wanted to spend time with my father,
Nice.
and he liked to fish. So when exactly I fell in love with it, I don't know.
You don't know.
But I knew it was something I wanted to do with him. You know, I
Beautiful.
know you've lost your dad, but my
Exactly.
dad will be 91 next month.
Wow.
Today's episode was brought to you by the lovely people of Hotel Planners.
And we'd like to thank our family at Hotel Planners for sponsoring this episode of Hook and Cook.
And don't forget to book your stays at hotelplanners.com.
And we
God
just took him
bless you,
fishing
man.
maybe 3
I
weeks
remember,
ago.
yeah.
We just took him fishing again.
And you was
3
gonna
weeks
show
ago.
me the pictures.
I sent them to you.
Oh, I don't think I got them.
Oh, I might have sent them to Gerard.
Okay.
No, but I'll send them to you.
Okay.
I'll send them to you. But yeah, we had a great time. He had a great time. Now,
Man.
we showed other people those pictures. Now I got like 12 people that want to go fishing with my
See
father.
that?
Now I got to find a boat.
Wow. Well, hey, well, you know, Freddie Gamboa.
I don't know if he can do that many people.
Well, you probably have to split it up.
Yeah,
like, you know,
might have to
something.
split it up, but
you know,
yeah, that's-
for that.
That's I can't remember when I started when I fell in love with it.
When you fell in love.
But I know the reason.
Okay.
I know the reason because it was time with him. And
you
he
go.
liked it and I liked it, and it just caught on. Just
And you
caught
know,
on.
that's one of the things with my kids, man. I could take my son and Jarrell. He would always be receptive,
Yeah.
like, you know, to the outdoors. You know, and even my daughter, you know, Alex, she loves the fishing. And I tell you, when I used to go upstate and then come back with salmon, man, and she was smallest when we lived in Somerset, and she would want to help me clean it, man, and she lift up the fish, man. Then she would want to poke their eyes out. I'm like, Alex, why you do that? She said, I just want to see what's inside of them, Daddy. I'm like, oh my God. But I tell you, and I love my family, man. I really love my family, from my wife.
But
to my
I think that
daughter,
affected her
to my
because she
son.
deals with animals now, right?
Exactly, right. She's a vet tech, you know, here in Georgia, and we're
Yeah.
glad to have moved and retired now. So now I can even spend more time, like, you know, with the family. And now the fact that, hey, man, I got my son next to me, like, you know, with Tycoon Sports, and these cats are doing a fantastic job.
No, they're doing a great job.
Doing a great job, man. From the editors to the camera guys and their personalities, it's just prime time. So I love the sport of fishing, and I just want us to grow even more, man, with this, bro.
Well, you know, we got a lot of adventures to go on because there's a lot of places
Yes.
we want to go.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
you know, that one special trip we want to do. Mongolia, them taming. Just one time, just one.
That's it. Hey, bro.
That's a big trip.
Big trip.
That's a
Big trip. So, hey, if you want to go with us on this trip, on this journey, email us, follow us, like us, and possibly we can all go on this trip. And if you can't follow us, like, you know, then maybe you'll be able to look at us go, like, you know, on this journey, man.
All right,
So,
that one's yours.
I know. So, oh man, what is he going to tell?
I don't know what it said.
Tell about
I
the
don't know what it
hotel.
said.
So when you was going to the store, like, what happened, Charlie? Oh my God!
It didn't come out right.
Wow. Oh my God! Well, tell me something. Who's your inspiration when it comes to your family?
Oh, definitely my mother and my father.
Nice.
This year they will celebrate 70 years of marriage.
Wow.
In November.
70?
70 years of marriage in November.
When they get married? When they was 12?
You know, they started dating when they were in high school, sophomores, I think, and then they got married like right after high school.
Wow.
Right after high school.
So they'd have been the only ones?
Yep.
Lord,
70
have
years.
mercy. Wow.
So they're my inspirations because
Beautiful.
I can't say I've never seen them fuss at each other.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Right.
But they're still together, you know. And now that they're both, my mom will be 90 August 11th. Mm-hmm. My dad will be 91 September.
Okay.
Now they're inseparable.
Inseparable.
They still fuss at each other a little bit, but
It's
that's
all
their
right.
fussing. That's what they do.
Exactly.
when they, you know.
Yeah.
But besides that, they get along great. I mean, they're.
I hope we see that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man.
Like, you know,
I'm
it's
planning
30
on it.
years for me, and it's 20.
Yeah.
What is it? 25 for you?
Yeah, I'll be. It's 25 for me.
Okay.
But I plan to be there. I plan
on also.
Yeah.
You know, with good health and strength.
Yeah.
Man, and we can get out on this water all the time, bro. And see that sunshine. But I tell you, the way that this weather is now.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're talking about maybe driving back. I wasn't really planning for that, but hey,
Well,
we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
we all got good drivers and everything,
Yeah.
as long as we're safe.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. And
That's the most important thing.
exactly. I tell you, it's funny when you say inspiration, man. Like, you know, my wife, she gives me inspiration. You know, and now that, like, you know, even though my parents, mom and dad, are there deceased,
Yeah.
and like, you know, and being with my dad, like, you know, and fishing and everything, it was always a time, man, you'd be like, hey, you want to go fishing? Now I remember my uncle, man, he had a farm up on the property, and he would call the house like Friday night, and if I wasn't home, and then, like, you know, he'd talk to my mom.
Yeah.
And then when I come in, and he said, Gerard, Furman called. He said he's going up to the farm. Man, he said, you want to go fishing? He'll be ready. He said, be ready. And he had a station wagon. And, like, you know, he used to smoke cigars, man. And he had a big German Shepherd named Baron. And, man, he had Baron in the back, man. And we ride up 280, man. Boy, I tell you, man, you could sell me. You could sell me for all the cheese in the world, bro. And I tell you, boy, but I tell you, one time, Charlie, we went up, man, and they had a church on the property.
Yeah.
And there were some ladies working in the, like, working around the flower bins. And I was in the smaller pond. And, bro, there was some big bass in there, bro.
Is that the one you took me to, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I was walking around that pond, bro. There was a bass just swimming. And, man, I hooked a sunfish, and I used him for bait. And, man, and I teased him. He didn't bother me. And this last time.
Was that in New Jersey?
Yes. Bro.
We might have to edit this. You can't use Sonny's for bait in New Jersey. But go
Why?
ahead.
That's private property. So, man, I hit that water with him, man, and that bass just turned around, and you could see his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that bobber went up under, man, and I screamed. Oh, my God, I screamed. Man, I landed him, and all of the women that were working in, man, there had to been about 7 people, man. They all ran over, man, and looked at the bass, and my uncle came out, man. Oh, bro, I screamed and yelled. Never caught a bass that size. He was about 6 pounds.
Oh, okay. All right.
And, bro,
But how old were you?
I was like 6 years old.
Oh, yeah. So at 6 years old, a 6-pound bass, that thing
Bro,
was gigantic.
I tell you, man.
That was like Gigantor. You remember
Exactly.
Gigantor? Gigantor, the space age robot?
Yeah. Man, I tell you, boy, I tell you, it was a wonderful, wonderful
Our
time.
crew don't know
man.
what we talking about.
Yeah, I know.
They don't know who
Gigantor.
just got you.
But I even see my son. My son be watching cartoons now. But it's these advanced cartoons. I don't know, like, Chinese people. I'm like, who's he looking at, man? I'm saying Chinese people. Like, no offense to anything, but I'm like, what? Different cartoon. He was looking at cartoons. I was like, Gerard, what is that? And I forgot the name of it. But, man, it's like him and his buddy Adrian.
Oh, okay.
Like, they come over there, man. They watching it.
The Adrian, the cameraman?
Cameraman, yeah.
Oh,
I know.
really?
You know, he don't talk that much. So he just sitting at the camera looking at it. But I tell you, you know what's funny? When him and Jarrell get together, bro, they got so much conversation. I tell you,
So
but that's why I leave.
I got to
Like,
ask you one question.
What's that? Uh-oh.
Because when we were fishing yesterday, I finally caught my big fish. Adrian was on me. But then when he saw you on that big one that got away, that joker said, I said, Adrian, look at my fish.
Oh, he didn't catch you.
He ain't get me on camera. He went right to you because you had a monster.
no.
I gotta give it
Right
to
on.
him. You did have a monster. And that footage I mean, even though he broke off where we were, that thing had to be huge.
Charlie,
But-
my heart was pumping, bro. Cause I tell you, he almost took the rod
Yeah,
out my
yeah.
hand, and the minnow was up. The bait was up on top, and he said, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Oh my God!" And
Yeah, that
man, it was on there.
Yeah,
But
we
you know, I
needed to
gave
see
Adrian
that.
a couple
That would've
dollars.
been- Huh?
I gave Adrian.
I know you did. I know you
You
did.
know,
I know
always,
you did.
You know, Adrian liked to eat.
know. He live in Georgia
he
too,
liked-
right?
Yeah, he liked
Yeah,
to eat.
see, I
He
know
liked
what
to
it-
eat
I
and
know,
everything.
I
So
know.
you know, I had to take care of him.
Yeah,
you know.
I know.
Right, Adrian? You know I had to take care of you. But thank you, appreciate you. But I tell you, tell me something, Charlie.
All right.
And I think we're gonna wrap it up on this one, bro.
Okay.
So what can the audience expect from the Hook and Cook in the future?
Oh man, you know what? Because me and you talk a lot about places we want to go. There have been times we just looked at magazines and said we want to go there. I'm expecting to show them the adventures that we're going to go through our eyes.
Exactly.
Through our eyes. I mean, some of them may have even been to where we're going.
That's
but
true.
We're going to try to show them our adventures through our eyes, our experiences, our camaraderie, our guests.
Exactly.
You know, that's what I think we're gonna show. That's what I know we're gonna show them.
There you go.
We're gonna
There
show
you go.
them.
And just like the brother we met yesterday, when he said he has a restaurant in Alaska,
Yes.
bro, and he said, "Hey, we can go. Like, you know, we can do some footage. Like, you know, do a show."
Yeah.
But one of the good things about what we're doing now, if we can have some of our viewers call in or tell us where
Yeah.
we would like to go, maybe some of their special places. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we could set something up. Like, you
Yeah.
know, if they know of a lodge somewhere in Cancun or the Bahamas, because that's where we want to touch base with, is international, you know,
Yeah.
places, locations, you know, also. So
Yeah.
I think we definitely want to do something like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, for Upstream.
So I mean, even like what we're doing now. I mean, why do you think we needed to add this Q&A to the show?
Because it will give our guests another side of a story that they can share with us as
Yeah.
far as organizations, what they're doing in the community, giving back, and
Yeah.
then that other side of them that our viewers would love to see.
Yeah.
Just like Ace said, like how he's doing different things with the children, you know, within the community, also with his partners and everything, and how we can fit right in along with them. So, and that being said,
I think it also adds a personal touch.
yes,
You know, as we sit here and tell them why we do in our family, you know, hopefully there are people out there also that, you know, that have parents that are still alive, or, you know,
exactly.
that you can get together with them and do this type of thing.
There you
and,
go.
You know,
Here you
you know,
go.
hopefully with our, like the people that are working with us,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it helped bring business to them. Like the restaurant we may go to in Pulaski, our
Yes.
cook that we had yesterday.
Exactly.
You know, we had a cook when we were down in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it might open up avenues for them also. But, you know,
So true.
but it gets people to really know us.
Exactly.
You know, it gets people to know us.
And just
you know.
just like our you know, our personalities, I know our personalities are bubbly, and like, you know, we like to cut up.
Yeah.
We like to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I know it could be a sentimental, you know, part, you know, to us also, because you never know what someone is going through.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in life,
Exactly.
and we that's one of the main reasons we have prayer, like, you know, before our
Yeah.
trips, and we respect it for that, you know, also because safety will come first.
Yeah.
And then just having a good time, because I tell you, yesterday, bro,
Oh, that was
a
a
blast,
blast.
man.
It was a blast.
It really was, and I know that we had a part B another game planned as far as because we knew that the weather was going to be bad, which it is now, and too bad we couldn't go out. But just the camaraderie and just the good time, man, that we had, bro.
Yeah.
I swear, I'm just looking forward to another trip and another guest that we can have on and just have a monster time, you know, and just have a great time. So now, hey man, I guess we got to pack our bags because I think we're going to be driving back with the crew. So I got to get ready and get out of here for the storm.
Yeah, I got to wait till tomorrow. My flight's out of here tomorrow. I'm just hoping the weather is okay tomorrow.
Exactly, that you can get out.
Well, you know, the whole thing, I think they can take off in a storm. It's just a matter of landing. That's where the problem comes in. But, you know, I'm going back to Jersey, so I should be okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, safe travels, man.
All right.
And we got to do this again.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely going to do this again.
And
Definitely going to do it again.
you know what time it is,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
We got to bring the noise, baby.
Yes, sir.
See.
We will.